guys, welcome back to the channel. Guess what? We got our buckets. So in this video, Mike and I are going to finish the engine block. Wish us luck. So I'm really not going to record too much of this because, well, it's a little bit boring. I'm more going to do a time-lapse video. So stay tuned. So these are the buckets we ordered. We had to order 5 of them in a couple different sizes. So we're gonna put them in now, and hopefully this will be the end of the bucket saga. We ordered these from Flatirons Tuning. They're located in Boulder, Colorado. Luckily, we're local, so we did get them pretty quickly. So shout out to them for 1, having them in stock, and 2, getting them to us very quickly. Thanks, guys. Alright guys, so we went through and we changed our buckets. How many did you end up changing in all, Mike?
6. Well, I moved 1 and I put 5 new ones in.
Okay, cool. So, anyway, we're going to button all of this up and start the final assembly on the rest of the long block. Mike and I unfortunately have to wait on a couple more parts. Hey girl! So we were planning on maybe having the car running this weekend, but we'll see. Alright guys, so the engine block is assembled, long block. And now we're going to be putting on the Killer Bee oil pan. That's the baffle. Mike is over here looking at all the hardware. It's very pretty. There is the pickup and the oil pan.
we are well on our way to having a fully dressed long block. Right now, Allie is going to put in the cam seals, I should say. So right now she's starting with the driver's side intake seal. Sorry, grabbing Allie a towel. So she went ahead and lubed the inside. Did you do any on the outside?
No, do I need to?
If you can get it out. Just a tiny bit. Just to help it go in. Perfect. And so now she will use this sweet special tool.
Hands are all wavy.
This tool is awesome because replacing cam seals sucks. So
Well, you're going to zoom in so they can see what I'm doing.
And so basically you just use a cam bolt and you tighten it until it bottoms out, and at that point the cam seal will be perfectly placed.
So we'll go on and do that for the next 3.
Doesn't take too long, luckily.
Ready have a wicked watch tan.
Watch tans.
Oh, it's dirt.
Dirt tan.
I've been in the garage. What can I say?
Let me get this to focus, but yeah, as you can see, it sits pretty nicely. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and get the cam gears on. As you can see on the passenger side intake ABCS, we're actually running the Turn-In Concepts FU cam bolts. If you've taken enough of these apart, you know that the standard 10 millimeter Allen bolts can be a little bit of a pain in the ass to remove. I ended up rounding one of these off on our builder block, and I had to cut the head off of the freaking bolt, and it took hours that I didn't necessarily want to spend. So, yep, they make them for obviously the ABCS side that Allie's working on now, and then they make just the standard exhaust ones for the single ABCS engine. And then obviously they make a set of 4 of these if you've got the newer dual ABCS.
How do I know exactly where the little pin is?
So you'll slide it on and now kind of spin it while pressing forward.
Forward
Or backward, I should say.
Did I get it?
If you got it that quickly, I'd be impressed.
Well, I did kind of line it up before I put it on.
So now grab the gear.
Flat.
Grab the gear and just spin it. And like spin it till... Are you feeling it hit buckets on both sides?
Yeah, it's soft.
Then yeah. Oops, I'm filming my finger. Sorry about that. Then yeah, I'd say you got it. Alright, so now we got a little black box special here. Let me turn the camera. These are the Rodger Clark Motorsports non-AVCS cam gears. Thank you, Allie. From the factory, struggling over here. From the factory, these are plastic with a metal insert right here. We've had a few friends have the metal and the plastic, I almost want to call it delaminate, but come apart on the track. Obviously, you lose timing at that point, and you chew up your cylinder heads, the tops of your pistons, and so on and so forth. So Rodger Clark makes these aluminum ones to replace the aging plastic ones. They're actually not that much more expensive than just standard replacement plastic ones. So if you've got a non-AVCS or a single, I think the WRXs actually are all metal. I don't remember. But anyway, if you've got the plastic exhaust gears, highly recommend these.
Yeah, so
they look good, and I'm pretty sure, not to bring it up again, but I'm pretty sure Flatirons Tuning is one of the only people in the States that carries them. Allie and I are very lucky that we've got Flatirons here in Colorado. They've saved my ass about 3 or 4 times thus far on the build. So if you need some Rodger Clark aluminum exhaust gears, definitely check them out.
So Mike and I went through last night, mostly Mike, and we put all the timing belt components or pulleys on. Is that what you call them? So we're gonna put the timing belt on now, and then the front timing cover, so on and so forth. So things are happening, and it is super exciting. Alright, so a little update is we did get the timing belt on. We had to have a little help, so thanks to Aaron for coming over and helping us with that. We just need an extra set of hands. We got the intake manifold on with the fuel rails, so now we're going to be building the fuel system, at least building the fuel lines. And then I think tomorrow Mike and I are going to be moving cars around, so we'll be moving the STI down and starting to work on getting the engine out. Olivia, do you have anything to add, Mike?
I just need to figure out where everything goes because it's been apart for so long.
Well, luckily you have one up there you can look at.
Yeah.
Well, exciting stuff. Alright guys, well I'm going to try and keep this video pretty short. Last night Mike and I did get a little bit more involved than I had planned on, but we did move the M3 up to the top of the lift and the STI down, and we did pull the engine last night. So we did most of the fuel lines on the top of the engine as you saw in the video. I guess really just the front, you really can't see it there. But we can't really do too much more until the engine bay or everything is mounted for the fuel lines. So my next project for today is I'm going to go through and start cleaning the engine bay and figuring out where we want to mount things like air oil separator, fuel pressure regulator, all the fun accessory stuff. So I'm gonna paint this, but we might just hit that Memorial Day deadline. Mike and I did try out the Link ECU before we pulled the engine on all the stock settings. The car did run on the Link ECU before we pulled the engine out, so that will help us when we go to do our first startup on the built engine, because we will know that everything is set up properly. So anyway, like I said, just wanted to keep this video kind of short and sweet, to the point. So thanks for watching and stay tuned. Big things are happening.